It's Sunday morning. Got the planter tucked neatly in the shed here. We got a half-inch of rain last night. I mean, we needed something to settle the dust. Yesterday we was planting in a mixture of mud and dust. So tell me how you set a planter for that. What we're doing today, we got that half-inch shower, so corn planting's off the window. But I checked the ground, it's firm enough to put fungicide out. So we're gonna spray fungicide today. I just know how much everybody loves spraying videos, but I'm gonna give you one anyways. Y'all can take a look at the wheat and see what y'all think about it. Robert had to run to co-op last night to get enough diesel to run today, because we run out yesterday in our big tank. So Robert run up to the co-op. They sell off-road fuel. Filled the transfer tank up on the service truck here, so we'd have enough to run this weekend. I got to call Carrier Petroleum in the morning. They're who I buy my diesel from, and get them to fill the big tank up. I think that last diesel I bought was 2 something. Pretty sure this is gonna have a 4 in front of it. Kick the tires, light the fires, call in the dogs. Yeah, it makes a funky racket when you first release the brakes. Got the sprayer pulled up here. I'm fixing to ease out of here. I about got too close I did get too close. I rubbed the darn post of the building the other day. Go on, turn all my valves on. Reset my flow meter, because this is just going to be a partial load. We're up here at the mix station, ready to start pumping. In case y'all can't tell, I swapped to a Honda pump. Tired of screwing with Briggs. Alright, I'll bring you back and tell you what I'm doing here in just a second. That jug wrench normally works really good, but that mirrorless ice, it's real thick and hard to wash out, so I ran a little bit in it and shook the jug up. I'm gonna measure up some Grizzly, which is an insecticide, and put it in there. I need a quart of it. Now I'm gonna start sucking the chemical down. I know that don't look like much, but this ain't but a 23-acre load. So to suck our chemical down, it's a lot easier to do this from the ground, but you gotta close your bypass and open your adductor. And it should start sucking it down. This sucks it down pretty quick. The faster you got the motor running, the faster it sucks it down. Now I'll start running some rinse water in there. And what I'll do, I put the lid on. Well, I said I would. Turn on my jug rinse, and when you do that, it goes up there and hits the top of your cone and splashes all around the cone. And then you turn that off, and it really puts more pressure on it and washes that out. And what I like about this, I actually had some good friends tell me about it. You always got clean water. You never have to deal with running chemical through your pump. I really like that. It took us a little while to figure it out, but once we did it, I love it. So I'm gonna turn my jug rinse off, turn my suction off there, come back over here, open my bypass, and that's all it is to it. 375 gallons is what I normally run, but I'm gonna put 400 in it and adjust my water a little bit. Now I'm gonna shut my valve. You gotta do this, don't you blow your pump apart. And blow my line out here. I normally let it sit there and blow about 30 seconds or so. And everything works right, this should be empty. Booyah! I'm just gonna lay my hose right there on the ground because I'm gonna come back here and fill up again. Alright. My butt's headed to Rutherford. We have a birthday party here for Corn Dog in the shop at 4 o'clock. So I'm hoping, I done run 50 acres of the fungicide, and we don't like about 125 acres. Hoping we can finish by 2 and get this shop floor cleaned up by 3, because it's a mess. Set us up a couple tables and have the family over. Corn Dog requested that we have his birthday party in the shop. It's where he wanted to have his birthday party. So we're gonna do that for Corn Dog. And it's Grace's birthday party too. Walt was born April the 29th and Grace was born May the 3rd. There's a running joke around here that every time me and Michelle go on vacation, we come back with a baby. Because they were both vacation babies. That might be too much information from some of y'all, but I thought it was an interesting fact. Hopefully, if we can have a good year, I'm going to trade sprayers this winter, I hope. It just all depends on how this year goes. Nothing's wrong with my old sprayer. It's a good old sprayer, but we just got to travel a good distance with it. We need something that's got a little more, road speed. Need something with a little more power. would like to have a 90-foot boom at least. I would really prefer a 100-foot boom. And it's just, I mean, it's a good old sprayer. Don't get me wrong. We've kind of just outgrown it. And spraying is something that is so critical these days in farming. You know, it'd make a great sprayer for somebody working 500-600 acres. But, you know, we done got up to around 900 acres and having to travel. And like this week, this is the 5th time we've sprayed it. So, we're just wanting to update. We always want to keep looking toward the future. But if anybody's looking for a good old sprayer, this right here could be it if you're interested in it. A dealer don't want it, really. And they ain't gonna want to give me what it's worth. And but I'll sell it to you at a reasonable price, and you ain't gonna get a sprayer with this amount of technology in it in the price range that I will have this one priced at. I think it'd make a good sprayer for the Lampley brothers. About 3 miles from the shop here, and it's dry. They working ground. Just a good old Joyce look. Well, you know what? We can't plant corn today. We're going to make the most of the situation. And that's called getting a weak fungicide spray. With the ground too wet to plant, I don't feel like I should be out there planting and feel less guilty about running fungicide. My landlord's about to take off over there with his plane. I'm hoping I can catch him. I want to see him. I want to see him take off. Guess I need to watch where I'm going. This weed is really clean except for one thing. That's them darn yellow topped weeds. That is one thing that the residual is weak on. Oh, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes. I wanted Robert to film that, and he's over here trying to take a picture of a sprayer. We can see a sprayer any day. There he is. I don't know if you can see for the dirty window, but there he goes. He may be flying over to inspect me. Here he comes. Is he gonna buzz us? Well, there ain't nowhere to clamp this stupid thing, this camera. You really need a magnetic mount in this sprayer because everything's smooth, you ain't got nothing to clamp to, and everything's metal. But we're down here in the bottom. Pretty happy with the way the weed looks in the bottom. I don't see how it looks because the amount of rain we got. You can tell though where the water runs through the middle of the bottom. I knew what I was getting into when I come planted wheat down here. This wheat here is, well, that's a 12.4 38 tire, and you can see how tall the wheat is on it. I guess I should have put a darn palisade on it, I guess. Every time I say I'm going to do that, I talk myself out of it. That wheat up there on the hill looks exceptional. It'll be 20 bushels behind everybody else's, but it looks amazing. That's probably the prettiest wheat I've ever had up there. But you can't never tell till you put a combine in it. I'll bring you back later.
I like that one a whole lot better than the other one.
Who is that dude?
Consider. Happy birthday to you.
Blow hard. It's about dark. We had a birthday party for Corn Dog and Grace. Thought I would take y'all out here and show y'all the wheat. The earlier wheat looks much better than the later wheat, I think, in my opinion. This is the very last we drilled. I mean, it's okay. I just think I ain't totally thrilled about it. I'm kind of like Robert. You look at it one day and it looks really good, and the next day you're like, but I don't know. I had somebody tell me the other day my wheat looked really pretty. I'm kind of my own harshest critic on wheat. I don't know why, but I like for everything to be just so-so on wheat. I think it would look a lot better if the drill spacing wasn't messed up. We used a product called Mirvis Ace. You can use a product called Prosaro. It's a little cheaper, and I've had really good luck with Prosaro. But the thing about Prosaro, it needs to be 50% flowering to get your max benefit out of it. And we got wheat in all stages. With the Mirvis, you got a lot wider application window, so that's the reason we went with it. There's kind of a size comparison on the head. I think it'll look a lot better when some of these heads come on through. We're flowering right now. Bruiser, if you don't quit tromping down my wheat, I'd call it 30% flowering. I mean, I guess I'm satisfied with my wheat. My biggest darn complaint is them daggum yellow weeds that popped up in it. We're going to have to do something about that next year. Which, if we didn't have this old wet spring, we probably wouldn't have them in there. Yeah, the wet spring just makes them things grow like crazy for some reason. Pretty soon, maybe it's going to be some amber waves of grain